Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. Over the years, I've made several videos on a 3D looking gear, but maybe not this nice and maybe not this realistic looking. I think it looks pretty real. So we're going to start with an ellipse. Doesn't really matter what size. I'm going to hit P, put it in the center of the page. I'm going to take a kind of elongated rectangle, and I'm going to hit P and put it in the center of the page. And then holding down the control button after I start moving, I'm going to move it to about right there. This does limit you on your size, but pretty much any little rectangle will work. We're going to go to object and convert it to a curve. By doing that, we can move our nodes. Now, one thing we could do, this thing is, we're going to make it 1 inch. And we're going to set our nudge factor on 0.25. That way, when we hit this node, and I'm going to use the right arrow key to nudge it over, you got to select it, and then grab the one on the right and hit the left arrow key. It's perfect in shape. It's completely perfect. Now, we're going to test it. So I'm going to bring in indexing lines, and I'm going to bring it to the center. And I'm going to rotate it and just kind of watch my rotation. And 10 degrees is pretty good. So I'm going to back up here. It's still in the center of the page. I'm going to go to Windows, Dockers, Transform, or Transformation, depending on which one you have. I'm going to rotate it 10 degrees 35 times because I've already got one. And that's what it's going to look like. Now take this and weld it. And you get that shape. Now I'm going to take the virtual or the interactive fill tool, and I'm going to go from the, well, I really want to go from the top to the bottom. So, and because you want this little bit of a light color on this side, a little bit dark on that side. I'm going to take away the outline by right clicking. I'm going to get an ellipse and I'm going to hit P. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. So I'm going to hold down the shift key so it'll grow from the inside out. And then I'm going to select everything, and I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to trim it. What it did, it trimmed out that circle. Now I'm going to delete the hairline. Let me get rid of my indexing lines. Now we're going to take this, and we're going to go to underneath your shadow flyout is your extrude tool, and just grab it and extrude it. Now that's a little too thick, so we can bring this back up this way. Now, that looks cool on its own. I'm actually going to go from this direction. And that looks pretty cool on its own. But while you're in the extrude tool group, right here is an extrude rotation. And you can take it and rotate your extrude gear pretty much any way you want to your liking. I think my first one's actually better. This looks a little bit off, like off center. Let's back up here and see what's going on. No, it's in the circles in the center. Well, that's not the extrude tool. Yep, there you go. And then take your rotation and rotate it. Click off of it, and you've got that mark. I could do a little bit better. Well, that looks pretty good because see, this way it's got shadows even deep inside the gear by doing it this way. Anyway, I hope that helped somebody a little bit. Thank you for watching.